Okay, have not seen this variation online yet. However, I know there's a lot of people. The guy that I dated in high school, his family ate this a lot. And I'm like, why are we buying it in box form? Well, because I'm a people pleaser, I would buy it in box form just to make him happy. However, you can make tuna helper at home. And the recipe that I grew up with, I swear to God, was egg noodles, cream of mushroom soup, and a can of tuna fish. One bag of these, one can of these, and a single can of this. That's what my mother used to use. Now, as I've gotten older and on my own, I prefer my tuna helper with a little bit of lube and double the tuna, along with a can of peas. It's pretty simple. No spices. Nothing. Just good old Campbell's and tuna. Now, I've got my water boiling. I'm going to cook up the rest of these because they're taking up space in my pantry and I got another bag in there. I am a prepper. I have macaroni for years. Macaroni is a staple. I don't eat a lot of it. I eat it when I can't think of anything else to eat and I get sick of eating just meat. We're going to... I have unsalted peas because I got them on sale. So we gotta salt these little buggers. Water is boiling. So we're gonna give this a little bit of... Give my peas a little bit of salt. They're on low. I'm gonna cover them with a little bit of cream just to get it heated up. I drained most of the water off. No worries. I got about half a bag of egg noodles. Yeah, I dipped into them for my meal the other night. I didn't have enough in the jar. I was like, yeah, that ain't enough. So, behave you. Anyhow, if I have leftovers, I put them in the fridge. I don't care. I am not leftover phobic. Not at all. Even my steak. If I cook too much steak and I can't finish it, I put it on a plate, put a wrap over it, and I'll box it up and eat it during the day or add it to something the next day. I'm not a leftover phobic. Anyway, get my can opener out. Where's my fork? Oh, wooden spoon. That'll work. Hang on a minute. And y'all know me, it's Saturday. Get your drink on. It's like the Gen X version of Julia. But I have been thinking a little bit more outside the box. Something that had occurred to me today. If you are like one of those like phone game player people, stop it. I have several phone games. There's one in particular that I'm kind of addicted to. And Honest to God, it will consume your life. Stop it. Just stop. And I have it on both phones. So I have a new version on this phone, and I have an old version on the other phone, where I'm like, literally, I've almost cleared the board. I play Merge Dragons, and yes, there is a content creator on here. She's wonderful. Love her. Stoner. She teaches you how to get through the challenges. Yeah, because my brain don't work like that. Anyway. I grew up in a very poor household. There are a lot of recipes and things that I grew up with that they don't eat today. And every now and then I get this like wild hair and I'm like, oh, I could really go for macaroni and tomato soup. And basically, I'm going to give you the recipe right now. And it's simple. Brown ground beef. You don't gotta brown it. You just gotta cook it with onions in a pan. Saucepan would be preferred. Big deep pan. Like this one. That my macaroni is cooking in. Okay, my egg noodles are cooking. Alright. Now, after it's all cooked, dump in a can or two of stewed tomatoes and a lot of salt and let it simmer for a little bit. Meanwhile, on another burner, cook up macaroni. Whole pound of elbows. So, 1 or 2 cans, depending on your tomato preference, 1 pound of ground beef, 1 gigantic onion, dice up your onion, cook up your ground beef with your onion, add your can of tomatoes, chop them up so they're, chunks of tomato in there. With the juice, do not get rid of the juice. The juice is part of the recipe. Once your macaroni is cooked, drain it, dump it in there, stir it up. Voila. Poor man's goulash. Love the shit out of that stuff. I haven't had it in a while. It's almost tempting. I got a thing of stewed tomatoes out there, canned tomatoes. Dude at work, he's got a garden, and I'm like, I'm never gonna eat these fucking tomatoes. Not like this, not raw. So, I got my canner out, and I canned up 1 gigantic quart jar of tomatoes. Now, every summer, we had a garden, and my mother she worked nights, and she canned all fucking summer long. Like, she would get home from work, she would take a 4-hour nap at like 7, 8 in the morning, and she would get up, and then she would can, and then she would go back down to sleep. After we got home from school, we'd do dinner, and she'd go back to sleep for about 5 or 6 hours, hoping 5 or 6 hours, and then we'd wake her up at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, whatever time she needed to get up in order to get dressed, get showered, get dressed, get in the car, and get to wherever the fuck it was she was working. Now, sometimes she would work 30 minutes away, sometimes she worked 10 minutes away, sometimes she worked an hour away. Depending on who was paying the best, she would literally put in her 2 weeks and pop smoke. Yeah, that's what it's like having a nurse in your house. Anyway. Timer. I like my noodles a little mushy. So, I'm going to let them cook here. Yeah, they're almost done. Anyway. So, yeah, that's... My peas are cooking in their cream with their salt. A little bit of juice. Not a lot. Open this. But yeah, I sat there thinking, it's like, man, I am so fucking tired right now. I don't even know what I want to eat later. I haven't eaten since yesterday. Yesterday was weird. Weird. I was in like appetizer grazing mode. I'm like, I don't know what I want. Nachos. I want wings. I want a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I don't want anything huge. I just want to like satiate my belly and go to bed. Now, it is optional if you drain your tuna. If you buy the little packets, I would recommend doing 2 or 3 of those for this. I have a bunch of those, but they're all expired, which means I have to use them to cook with. Because they gotta cook for a minute. And the reason why they gotta cook is because they are expired, and you do not need to throw away expired stuff. You just need to cook it for 20 minutes. Or at least until it gets to a certain temperature, so that you kill botulism. Botulism is an evil bastard of bacteria that will fuck your stomach all up. That's all. So, we're getting there. But yeah, tuna helper, egg noodles, can of cream mushroom soup, can of tuna fish, cream if you wish, milk if you wish, peas if you wish. This is one of those dishes that I have not ever really wavered from my mother's recipe. Now, my mom used to make spaghetti. She made all sorts of different stuff growing up. And I have found some way, some shape, some form of modifying it and making it better in my adult life. This one, it's so simple, you can't fuck it up. So, if you are a fan of Tuna Helper, this is the way to do it, to feed a lot of faces for cheap. I went online, I was looking at like the box version. Now, the box version, when I was growing up, like when I had my first apartment when I was like 18, me and the boyfriend, we would feed 3 of us on one box. It was 2 men and me, right? And I always used 2 cans of tuna fish. It doesn't matter if it was Tuna Helper, my version. But it like is stupid dirt cheap. But I think literally, like appetite wise, for any human nowadays, it like would serve too. Because of shrinkflation, they decrease all the amounts and they charge the same. So it's saying it's $1.72 at Walmart and this is 6.4 ounce. If I'm not mistaken, when I was in high school, it was a 10.2 ounce. So it's basically another serving's worth of, product in there. They got cheesy. This doesn't have cheese on it. No cheese. They've got it online. Oh yeah, creamy pasta. $4.65. $2. $2.15. $7.20. I was like, what is it? $7.20. What is that? Feeding like 8 people? How many cans of tuna fish do you gotta add to this shit? $1.99. $1.68. So, instead of going with the processed version, you can go with the semi-processed version using Campbell's and feed a lot more mouths for either maybe the same amount of money or less. It's up to you. I'm going to mix this all together. Give me a minute. Let me drain. Pause it. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see this, but here we are. Peas with milk and salt. Blop. On top of noodles that are drained. With a spoon. Running out of utensils here. Hang on. Tuna, not drained. Plop. You grow up on stuff, you crave it. There are, I know many, and even my mom, who worked at Riverbend prison, she said, these guys would come up with some of the craziest shit out of the commissary. She goes, have you ever had a jailhouse burrito? I was like, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Because my cellmates were cool like that and let me try it. And oh my God. Yes, I have. Yes, every now and then I'm like, damn, I wish I had watched her better. Anyway, so, soup in the pan. Stir it up. This is as good, if not better, than the powdered processed seasoning pack of Tuna Helper. I mean, at least you can understand the ingredients on the back of a Campbell's soup can. If you really want to get anal, you can make your own cream mushroom soup. I know there's a girl on YouTube who actually knows how to make it. I don't. I can't. I work upwards of 14 hours a day on an average. 10, 14. Most people work 8. Most people are on salary and they're like, peace out after like 9. Yeah, Seriously though, I mean, I cannot think of any way, shape, or form, off the top of my head, that could make tuna noodle casserole better than that. Or the hamburger helper version. I really can't. I mean, I can't. So, if you like tuna helper, try it. If you hate it, modify it. Or if you hate it, don't ever eat it again. You think it could use something? Shit. Put in the comments. Tell me. Hey, we do this. Yeah, I'll try it. No harm, no foul. But yeah, if you like Tuna Helper, that's before Tuna Helper decided to become a box. That's how they made it. 20 minutes of 1970's food 101. Have a great weekend. Peace.